When you want to play the hottest, fastest, most advanced fighting game ever, forget everything else and play Doom 2 on your PC. No other game gives you the incredible realism, the 360-degree smooth scrolling, and explosive action like Doom 2. It's easy to start playing, but it won't let you stop. Doom 2, it will consume you. Play solo against a computer, against a buddy by modem, or online in an awesome 4-way deathmatch.
I recently made a video on the quote worst maps in classic Doom. I revisited these levels and gave my updated opinion on them. Some of the maps I softened up on, but others I still don't like flat out. And that's fine. Certain types of Doom levels might not appeal to you, and there are probably fans of maps like Downtown or Unholy Cathedral. In this video, however, I wanted to look at the best maps that classic Doom has to offer. In my mind, classic Doom consists of the original 4 IWADS, which are Doom 1, Doom 2, TNT, and Plutonia. The best level in Doom 1 is very hard to decide on, since there are almost too many great maps to pick from. I feel like counting any knee-deep in the dead levels is cheating, because they might be some of the best levels in any first-person shooter. Instead, I want to focus my attention on episodes 2 and 3, as they are generally regarded as weaker than episode 1. The maps in episode 2 and episode 3 aren't bad by any stretch, but they don't have the same level of polish that episode 1 maps have. That being said, I think E3M6 is the best map in the game, and it's also my personal favourite. The sheer scope of Mt Erebus cannot be overstated, and it was the first huge open world level until Doom 2. Of course, the original Doom had plenty of secrets to uncover, but before Mt Erebus, nothing was this big in scale. There were islands you can travel across, there were entire buildings to explore, and there's also the secret exit you can access. I know that people like to rocket boost into the secret exit, but it's not worth it when you can strafe run over the gap. Sandy Peterson was the one who worked on E3M6, and I'm so glad he did. This guy was always experimental with his Doom maps, and if it wasn't for him, we might not have gotten the various types of levels that we have now. He really pushed the boat out, and while I'm not a fan of all of Peterson's maps, respect has to be given. Even though I don't like Fortress of Mystery, it was the first level to introduce infighting as a level design mechanic. Even though I'm indifferent towards Barrels of Fun, it was the first level to make the explosive barrels the star of the show. This list can go on and on, but he truly flexed his experimental and creative muscle with E3M6. Mt Erebus is the genesis of all of the wacky maps that we would get later on in Doom 2, and whenever I think of classic Doom's hell, my mind immediately turns to this map. I imagine the fire blue textures, the huge amounts of lava on the ground, the building covered in skulls, etc. This is a fantastic level, and exploring it all of these years later is still an enjoyable time. Talking about E3M6 segues perfectly into Doom 2, a game known for its more abstract level design. The best map that Doom 2 has to offer is Map29 The Living End. Even though John Romero was much less involved with the production of Doom 2, he still made a few levels for the game, including this one. The Living End is the ultimate challenge right before the Icon of Sin, and I personally find it to be a thrilling level. The basic idea is that you have to climb up this mountain of sorts, and it's fantastic to see a Romero level designed with a more abstract approach. I would totally recommend playing this map if you haven't, and this almost makes up for all of the lackluster levels in Doom 2. Like I said in my Doom retrospective, if The Living End was the final map of the game, it would have not disappointed, and would have made more sense than what we got with the Icon of Sin. Now, choosing the best Plutonia level is tough, since most of the Megawad is packed full of incredible levels. Each Plutonia map is intricate and action-packed, but I think what encapsulates Plutonia most is Map 16, The Omen. This is peak Plutonia, and has all of the great tricks and traps. I love the section on the bridge where monsters spawn from either side of you, as well as the part with the teleporting group of revenants. Map 16 definitely has the best gameplay, and that momentum continues into the following few levels. Some people might criticize this map for having a rather bland color palette and weird texturing, but I couldn't care less, and I think it looks fine anyway. The gameplay is what matters, and the Omen is the perfect Plutonia level. If you want a quick taste of what Plutonia is about, then play Map 16. That being said, there are plenty of honorable mentions, and it was difficult picking just one level. Odyssey of Noises is the complete opposite of the Omen and features very open level design, for example, but the Casali brothers can pull off both approaches. Tnt Evolution also has many great levels, but I feel like the level design is not as consistent as Plutonia. The best level in TNT for me is Map 28, Heck, created by Milo Casali. This level is basically an updated version of Tricks and Traps, and it feels much more focused and well designed. Again, I've gotta give Sandy Peterson credit for coming up with the multiple doors with multiple little challenges idea for Doom levels, but Milo Casali polishes it up with Map 28. The level looks really nice as well, with a great hell aesthetic. I was tempted to choose the secret maps as the best TNT levels, which were both made by Dario Casali. It's kind of interesting that some of the best maps in TNT Evolution were designed by the Casali brothers, and it's no wonder why they were contracted to create Plutonia. Map 31, Farad, looks incredible and has some of the best atmosphere in the official Doom games. As you're walking through this ancient pyramid and monsters start to come alive, it's fantastic, and is set up rather well with the frozen arachnotrons. The music choice and texture work is also very nice, and I can't praise Farad enough. Some people might say that this level doesn't feature enough action, but I think this is nullified with Map 32, Caribbean. This level might not be the most atmospheric or anything, but gameplay is its top priority, and it delivers. All of the combat encounters in Caribbean are so enjoyable, and I'm looking forward to playing this map sometime again. I can talk about good Doom levels all day, but I have to draw the line somewhere. These are the best of the best Doom maps in my opinion, and I want to hear your picks as well. It was hard not to just choose all of Knee Deep in the Dead, but there are still so many excellent levels besides that episode. Doom 1 has very consistent level design, even though a lot of the maps were made in a very short space of time. Doom 2 was also developed rather quickly, and while I'm not a huge fan of some of the game's levels, I have to respect id Software's ambition and Sandy Peterson's creativity. He truly was the workhorse for that company at the time, and I do need to make a video on his maps someday. Even though I may not enjoy some of the levels he made, I cannot deny that he was an important part of Doom's creation, and he paved the way for future mappers. Tnt Evolution has great map design as well, and while it is a spotty megawad overall, the good levels are really fucking good. Plutonia might be one of the most technically well-made megawads, and the Casali brothers were absolute wizards. This has been me revisiting the best Doom maps, and I figured this was important to make directly after my worst maps video. That being said, I would love to hear some of your favourite levels in the comments, sticking to the official 4 IWADS if you can. Thanks for watching.